Well, there's another live-action remake coming out this summer in How to Train Your Dragon, and what a way to make me feel better about myself knowing that that movie's going to exist than looking at the original trilogy from DreamWorks. That's right, in the build-up to June 13th, I'm actually going to be looking at all three of the How to Train Your Dragon movies so far, starting with the original movie from 2010, which I do remember watching in the theaters, which I did have the pleasure of seeing in 3D, and I do think that it's still the greatest 3D movie experience I've ever had, because of how immersive everything was and how beautiful it all looked on the big screen. I don't know how the DreamWorks did it. Even still 15 years later, I am still befuddled at that. But I love when a movie can do that. Our setting is a mythical Viking village known as Berk. Our hero is called Hiccup, an undersized teen wishing to become a dragon slayer like the other Vikings, including his father. Hiccup enters a rare Night Fury dragon, but he's unable to bring himself to kill it. He instead helps and befriends the dragon, whom he names Toothless, and quickly discovers that things are not exactly as they seem in the conflict between Vikings and dragons. I love how in the intro narration, Hiccup basically describes dragons as pests that need to be controlled and killed. I think it's a really fun analogy there. And How to Train Your Dragon itself is still very fun. Where do I even begin with this movie? I guess I can talk about the animation, which again goes without saying. If you can see it in 3D, if there is a re-release in 3D before the live action comes out, do yourself a favor and go do that. The atmosphere is gigantic. The scope is just huge. It's such an immersive experience. You actually feel like you're in the Viking realm here. And that's another part of me. I love movies that are set like within the Viking culture as well. I think it's just a really, really cool aesthetic. And I love the designs of a lot of these dragons. Everything just looks so freaking colorful. One of the directors was actually the one behind Lilo and Stitch, Chris Sanders, the voice of Stitch himself. Technicality-wise, there's nothing really wrong with this movie. It is absolutely gorgeous. The voice cast they got is also very good. Jay Baruchel voices our hero Hiccup, and he is as dweeby of a dweeb as you get. Gerard Butler plays his stick-up-his-ass father, and he is really good at that. America Ferrera voices love interest Astrid, who is a really fun character as well. And even though the dragons don't have any dialogue, each one of them feels like they're a character in and of itself. It feels like you know who each of them are. You know what each one of them looks like. Not the least of which is Toothless himself, who is just damn adorable. This man's best friend style relationship between Hiccup and Toothless is just so endearing and so charming. And just a lot of the jabs that Hiccup throws at Toothless are extremely funny. Thank you for nothing, you useless reptile. God, I'm working on a Hiccup impression. It's not very good. Now, story-wise, there's going to be a lot of things that feel very repetitive, especially to Disney purists that are out there. The father-son relationship definitely feels like a Little Mermaid-style relationship here. Hiding the dragon away so that the other Vikings don't see that Hiccup is actually caring for this dragon at first, and then them slowly starting to come around to the idea that, hey, dragons might not be as bad as we made them out to be. Yeah. These definitely feel like a lot of derivative story elements here, and you feel like you've seen these done before many times before 2010. And that might be the only drawback with How to Train Your Dragon, is just how derivative these story beats might be. And even on an objective note, yeah, I definitely noticed that. But even then, it's just so much fun seeing Hiccup teach Toothless all these things about the human world and how to behave, and just nursing this dragon back to health. And then in turn, after a climax where Hiccup loses his foot, how Toothless brings him back. Like, it's just beautiful symmetry. And even with the derivative story elements, the director of Lilo and Stitch absolutely knows how to bring those pieces together. I mean, it's just wonderful writing and voice acting all around. I mean, it's just a wonderful, wonderful movie. It sort of follows in the footsteps of Kung Fu Panda in terms of don't judge a book by its cover, or in this case, don't judge a movie title by its cover. Because yeah, the title How to Train Your Dragon, yeah, it sounds very kiddie, but with gorgeous animation, 3D sequences that will blow your mind. The acting all the way around is very good. The writing and the humor in this movie is so good. The score for this movie, I didn't even go into John Powell's score, an absolute legend. You want to talk about immersing yourself in Viking culture, this will do it. And you can see why this is one of the top DreamWorks movies for a lot of people. And to be honest, it might be one of my favorite DreamWorks movies too. This movie is that damn good. I'm going to give How to Train Your Dragon an A. Yeah, do yourself a favor. If you don't want to give DreamWorks money for the live action movie in the theaters, you can just go watch the animated movie over and over again. That's what it's there for. If it ain't broke, Don't fix it. Which, why even make another version if this version is so freaking perfect? But I don't know. That might just be my opinion. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your favorite How to Train Your Dragon movie is. What's your favorite DreamWorks movie? Lots that we can discuss over here on this channel and then some. Hit that subscribe button if you're new and tap on that thumbs up if you haven't already. The summer season is heating up and the topics just keep on coming in all things movies and all things cinema. I can't wait to share my thoughts with all of you, and I can't wait to hear your thoughts in return. Y'all are the best, guys. Thank you so much again for tuning in. And with all that being said, Back Talk, commence.